All right, so first things first, I'm not like a professional trader or anything, just trying to test out something that works for me. And I haven't been necessarily taking the trades, but they have been working and I've been monitoring them and just like demoing and paper trading them and just messing around with them. And I've taken some of them before and they work. But so this strategy kind of requires patience because you have to hold for a long time or at least wait for a position, like at least wait for an entry. So what I do is I use the lines, but you could also just like mark them or just do what you want. But so I mark like the 15-minute candle high, the first one, the first 15, and then it's low. And so, all right, so as you could tell, sorry, I guess the lighting's not that good. So this is a green candle. The lighting's really bad, but so I just wait for it to break out, and obviously you see it breaks out right here. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, as soon as it breaks out, I'm gonna enter a trade. I wait like 1 or 2 candles because like this one, I wait to see if there's a candle, like if it's gonna retest and go back down, which obviously it didn't, or um sorry, or like just to see if it's gonna keep continuing going up. So this one was a little weird because it was just pretty flat. The next couple ones were pretty flat, but after seeing like the next, like, or just seeing how it closed, um the next one probably was a little skeptical. um you probably could have waited around here to enter, um if not just as soon as it closes. As soon as it closes, which is green, that's a pretty good indicator because it didn't close, it didn't go back down, which it kind of did, but it didn't initially close down under the first 15-minute high. So I would have entered here and sure, dipped down a little. I probably would have set stop loss to maybe like here, just because I like to only lose max 100, and I think 100 would have been like here or somewhere like around here. So that's where my stop loss would have been. Obviously it got kind of close, but I didn't see how the market played out during the day, so it might have just spiked it like really small and then just gone back up. But look, say I entered here, look at this. I mean, you could tell it went up, and it's just about patience because it's each candle is 15 minutes, and obviously you could watch them in the 5 minute after. I like to just watch in the 15 when I'm not like checking it like every second. But as you could tell, I mean, say you entered like let's see, is this like, say, let's say we ended up entering like right here. So my stop loss would have been like $100, which is like around here. And I always try to aim for at least like 30% because that's what the strategy has been doing, at least for SPY, like around 30%, or not even 30%, but just at least like 100, 150. Because I want to make at least like $100 a trade, like at least per contract. I want to make at least $100. So, and I think that's what everyone should at least aim for. So 100 would have been like maybe like something like around here, which the risk to reward isn't great, to be honest. Like that's where my stop loss is, but you could always make your stop loss less, or you could set it up higher. And just obviously if you want to like get greedy, I'm not saying you should get greedy, but like if it's looking pretty good, obviously hold till you don't want to hold. But oh no, just look at this, 301 or 3.01 close profit and loss. So that's pretty much the strategy. That's just for today, and I'll show you other examples. So for example, I think this was Friday. So sometimes the strategy works, sometimes it doesn't. Usually with news, it gets really choppy and it's not really nice to enter. Like in the opening on Friday, it was kind of choppy, as you could tell, so I didn't enter. I mean, I haven't been entering because of school, but so obviously you could have entered here. You would have had to, let's see, say we entered here. Obviously it would have hurt. Like if you put your stop loss at 100, it wouldn't have hit. It would have closed, and then so it just depends if you want to play it or not. So For here, this I guess wouldn't have been like a perfect example of an entry if you were to enter here. I mean, you could enter here, but if you wanted more confirmation, seeing, because you want to wait how till the second one closes. You don't want to be like, okay, enter here, it's green. Next one, oh, it's looking green, and then enter. So kind of wait for this next one to close. So that's if you could have entered there and obviously it would have worked, but like maybe you would have wanted to get out because of your stop loss. But you kind of have to wait to see how this candle closes. And if you ask me, this looks like a bearish candle, kind of like it's like an upside down hammer pretty much. So I don't know if I would have entered that. A little skeptical. Then I forgot to mention these are like the EMAs. It didn't cross for today's, but sometimes they cross, and they would have crossed right here. And when they cross, when it breaks out, that's like the best way you could, that's like the best like possible like entry you could take. So sure, maybe if you entered here, could have worked, but if you want to play it safer, wait here. It broke out here, maybe enter here, if not more safer here, and that's still good profits if you ask me. That's still pretty good. And just the thing is, it takes patience and it takes time, and you have to kind of watch it, because every 15 minutes you should really watch it, because you don't know when it's gonna break out. So that's the bad thing about the strategy, especially for me since I'm in school, but it does work. So look, this was Monday today. This is Friday. Now let's look at Thursday. Same thing here. I mean, it's kind of just riding the market, but it also works for puts also. I mean, this is if you're doing calls. So I mean, yet again, so here's second one. Like, I mean, still a little questionable of an entry, seeing the next one, because it's like up, it's like in between. But still, if you wanted to wait till here, if you enter here, still a good amount of profits. You could still make your 30% return right there. So that was Wednesday, I think. And the strategy doesn't work all the time. Like, look at this. I think this was Wednesday. I think news came out, and as you could tell, when there's news, it gets pretty choppy. I mean, you shouldn't look for a trade every day. That's what I've come to mind with. And then look, this is Tuesday. I like this first 15-minute one. It's sometimes the first 15-minute candles aren't the best. Like, sometimes they determine if I want to enter or not. Like this 15-minute one, it's like in between up and down. That's pretty nice. This one's pretty nice. The thicker, the more sketchier, in my opinion. Like, this one's pretty thick. And like, say we were to have marked like right, just like, that's like the highs and lows. I mean, it would have worked, honestly. I mean, that's pretty good. Except there's like the EMAs don't cross at all. I mean, they did cross over in pre-market, but I don't know, just it works. It's just sometimes it doesn't, but you just gotta go with your gut sometimes. And look at this. This is just untradeable. This my strategy would not even work at all with that. And then I'll show you a couple more. Like, obviously this one didn't work. There's like a time where for like 3 days it didn't work. This one, it could have worked. I think there is definitely news on this day, which, look, okay, so yeah, this is a perfect example. So look at the first 15-minute here and there. I don't like the 15 minutes like this. When I want to, the perfect 15-minute for this trade, for this type of trading, is when it's like straight like this, and when it's like something like this. Sorry, you know what I mean. Like, when it's like perfect like this, and then the highs and the lows. But when it's like this, I don't know. I mean, I have like no reason to explain it, just how I've seen it work. It just doesn't look perfect to me. And sure, it works. I mean, it would have worked because you know what I mean. It would have worked, but I just simply don't like seeing one like that. And look, it consolidated for like 4 hours here. And then this is a perfect example for a put. So we haven't seen a put one in a while, but so look, 15-minute. These trades like this take a while to enter. So look, and this is actually one of my favorite examples. I've written it down. Look, so it goes up, rejects, go back, rejects, goes down again, rejects, and then breaks out. So perfect entry could have been maybe here. I mean, ideally maybe here because it broke out. I mean, it's kind of up to you whether you want to enter here or here, because obviously you make a lot more if you enter here. But either way, these are great returns, because say you enter a short right here, like, and then your stop loss, let's say we want to do $100. I mean, shoot, I mean, it was pretty, I don't know, it moved a lot this day, so maybe even more than 100, maybe like 150 back there. And then look at this, just, let's not get, look man, I'm just saying, look at this. I'm not saying you would have closed at the end of the market, but 7 points, the movement, that's a lot. That's a good short if you ask me. So that's pretty much the strategy, and it's been working. I don't have like an exact win rate. I've just been somewhat keeping track of, oh, this out of many days it's worked. And you could say like I've taken the trade before once and it didn't work, so, like for me once, but I entered it really dumb. But you could technically have 100% win rate if you play this smart. It's just up to your risk management and whether like you're entering every day or once in a while. So that's pretty much the strategy.